Nakamura continues to get fans talking with his mysterious promos, so we'll see what's new there. We'll also check out what's new with Mercedes Mone, Nikki Bella, and much more. Starting things off with the conversation and fan theory surrounding Nakamura and his recent promos. Ever since wrapping up his feud with Seth Rollins, Nakamura has turned his time and attention to an unknown individual that we can't really see. He's spending multiple weeks talking to this individual, telling them to come out from hiding, to reveal themselves already, and how he's frustrated waiting for them. Nakamura tells this individual that they're blessed with so much privilege, but that he's taking away their choice. At the same time, Nakamura has also been feuding with the Alpha Academy, but on the November 13th edition of his backstage promo, Nakamura made it very clear that even with all the distractions going on right now, he still hasn't taken his focus off this mysterious individual. Nakamura told them that he's willing to wait for now and how it all ends in his hands. So when it comes to mysterious storyline angles like that, they naturally pick up a lot of traction and fan attention because everyone's trying to crack the code and find out who Nakamura is talking to. There isn't that much solid context clues to pull from here for when it comes to who Nakamura is actually talking to. Nothing really solid to go by. But there are some solid names being thrown around by fans. Fans are wondering if CM Punk could be this mysterious individual that Nakamura is begging to show themselves. CM Punk himself has been having some fun and trolling fans about his return to the wrestling ring. He recently posted an innocent screenshot of his workout stats, but that same Instagram story was full of him teasing both his WWE and AEW returns at the same exact time. The song he posted on that Instagram story was the 2023 Survivor Series theme song. He also burnt exactly 666 calories, which fans believe was a nod from Punk for all the fans who still think he'll be revealed as the devil character in AEW. So Punk is teasing and trolling both sides at the same time. But obviously until he physically shows up to a company, no one really knows where he's going. But he's a possibility for Nakamura's hidden opponent. Fans were also throwing in Sheamus's name to be Nakamura's hidden rival. Sheamus is about to return off a 3-month injury break, but he's likely to return to SmackDown, so he doesn't completely fit. And the latest big name to Nakamura's opponent is Randy Orton. And out of the 3 names, Randy appears to be the most realistic option. Randy Orton is expected back in WWE full-time in just a matter of weeks at Survivor Series. And he'll also be coming back to the Raw brand, same brand as Nakamura. So when it comes to all their little factors, Randy Orton checks all the boxes there. Nakamura has thrown in very tiny hints during his promos about who this person is, but fans haven't been able to fully crack the code quite yet. So expect Nakamura to continue to deal with what he calls his distractions, while he also prepares to deal with this mysterious hidden opponent in the very near future as well. WWE fans were quick to notice what appeared to be a dig and a little bit of shade thrown to Nikki Bella. Nikki Bella's character was full of great moments, such as becoming the longest reigning Divas champion, teaming up with John Cena at WrestleMania, and so many more big-time accomplishments. She and her sister, Brie, had such an iconic career that WWE even placed them inside the Hall of Fame a few years back. Everything was going smooth and well with that relationship, but things started to take a turn with the 30th anniversary of Raw in early 2023. The Bellas were scheduled to appear on that show, but ended up not being a part of the show at the last second. And it was that same night where the Bellas went on Instagram Live and started talking about a handful of WWE topics, including Mercedes Mone and so much more. Then their deals with WWE were up, and the twins said that they could have kept the Bella name for a certain price, but they decided not to keep it and rebrand themselves as the Garcia twins. And somewhere along the way there, it seems that the relationship isn't as strong as it once was. This once again became evident on the November 13th edition of Raw, where Michael Cole was reading a promotion for USA Network's Barmageddon show. That show is hosted by both Blake Shelton and Nikki Bella, but during Michael Cole's promotional read, he only mentioned Blake as the host and made no mention of Nikki Bella at all, despite her being an equal part of the show as the co-host. Obviously, it wasn't Michael Cole's call to make, he was just following instructions, but fans just found it a bit strange that they don't even want to acknowledge Nikki Bella, a WWE Hall of Fame superstar, even in a little promotional read. So that could be a telling indication about their relationship right now between the former Bella twins and WWE. Mercedes Mone was off to a hot start to her post-WWE career in 2023, before unfortunately going down with a devastating ankle injury. Mercedes has been recovering from that injury over the last few months, but there's still been lots of rumors and discussions going around about where she'll compete at next. A lot of fans think that AEW could be the best big move for Mercedes. Well, during a recent cameo video, Mercedes spoke on her upcoming return to the ring in 2024 and had this to say about it, quote, "I cannot wait to be back in the ring. Expect me to return with some wrestling company in 2024. For sure, I cannot wait to be back in the squared circle. It's where I feel the most home. It's where I feel alive. I just can't wait to be back. I've been healing everything, mentally, physically, spiritually, physically, everything. I'm really excited to get back to where I live and what I do best." End quote. So Mercedes Mone appears to be ready to have another fresh start with the new year and pick up from where she last left off at with her career. And if she does eventually make the jump to AEW, lots of exciting matches could be happening over there. Saraya has also been very vocal about wanting to work with Mercedes again, and that would be possible if Mercedes signs with AEW. In a shocking turn of events, Rey Mysterio announced this week that he had to get a knee procedure done. In the storyline world, it appears that Santos Escobar attack on Rey was so brutal that he needed surgery on the knee. But actual reports claim that Rey has been working through a knee injury that was getting worse over time. So this was a much-needed cleanup for that injured knee. There's no solid return timetable for Rey Mysterio at the time, but the very early prediction going around right now is that Rey could miss anywhere from 6 to 8 weeks of action. Rey did say that he'll be coming back for revenge on Santos Escobar, and Escobar responded to Rey's post by telling him not to come back. So we're definitely not getting that Rey versus Santos feud in the immediate future. It looks like we'll be seeing a version of an LWO Civil War in the coming weeks here, with Carlito being the one that will likely try and get even with Santos Escobar for what he did to Rey. And then, when the time is right, Rey Mysterio will make a return for Santos Escobar. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.